2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of the hell's the name of the show?
We got the name of the show. Wow. Oh man. I'm sorry.
I was getting ready to say
you're fired.
I was going to say something else.
Can we get a replacement in here for this guy?
Wow, got the name of the show. I have to look on the screen here. Indie film screenings. Okay, wow. Welcome back to another episode of Indie Film Screenings. My name is Jerome Lee Brown, and here at my side is no other than Mr.
Stefan J. Davis.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Man, do we have a great episode for you guys today. We have a lot of footage been coming in constantly, emails, texts. Do we get texts? I don't know.
It's overwhelming. I don't know. I don't get texts. Maybe you get texts.
I got one text. They told me to get off the show, but that's besides the point. I'll talk to you later, Mom. But anyway,
I don't allow people to text me for the show here. Yeah, I get enough texts as it is for other stuff.
Yeah, I get a few of them.
No
but,
texts.
Only for friends that I know who know I'm doing the show. But emails and all kinds of stuff that's been coming in. We have
sexting comes into me though usually. Who? Sexting. You familiar with that?
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't get
like
that.
Your wife can send you like news and stuff, like or say like dirty stuff to you.
I know I got that from your wife. People.
I hope you wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying that's what sexting is. Though.
Oh, okay.
So you're not familiar with that either, though, sexting?
I remember sexting, but I don't get sexting on my. So who do we have lined up for today?
It's a movie called Errores.
Ah, yes.
Or Mistakes. It's a
Yes.
foreign film. It's in Spanish, Espanol. Subtitles are there and available for you, though, in English.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting film. It's about a guy who has some struggles with his conscience because he's a hitman for hire.
And that would be a problem with your conscience.
Yeah, but there's some things about what's happening that he is not really feeling, right? Things aren't going right. And so he feels like he needs to get out of the business because he's pretty had enough of what's been taking place. So it's a short film, about 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy just says, you know, I've had enough. I'm out of here. I don't want any more of this. And he leaves his employment in a pretty blunt, direct way there. I think some people that are working regular jobs might want to leave their employment in that same kind of manner, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be extreme.
Yeah, I've been there.
Like, all right, I'm tired of you, boss.
I wouldn't go to the great extreme that this guy goes to, but, you know, if you got to go, you got to go.
Yeah, you know, he's fed up.
The thing about this film that I liked was it was short, quick, and to the point.
It was.
And they explained a lot what's going on, and they gave you the impression that he had a lot on his shoulders he had to deal with, and he wasn't too happy about what he was dealing with, and he had to fix it. And the only way he knows how to fix it is to do what he does for a living. And I guess in order, like the old saying goes, you want to do something. Do it. If you want something done, do it yourself.
Right, do it yourself.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Although I mean, I don't think at first he was going to take it to that point. It's just that the other person decided they were going to take it that far.
Yeah.
So had to almost retaliate, really, more so than.
Well, somebody was going to get it. It wasn't going to be him. Well, the way it wasn't. But it was only 8 minutes long.
Like you said, I do like it was straight and to the point. 8 minutes. I think they used the time wisely.
Yeah.
And they really did a good job of just making everything all constrained in a way where the budget, I'm sure, was minimalized because there wasn't a lot of locations. There wasn't a whole lot going on, but they were still able to tell a unique story.
And you can tell that they were on a budget because, like you just pointed out, the locations they used, the parks, and maybe an apartment or a house or somebody's something of that nature. So there wasn't a lot of extravagant scenes in a lot of locations they did this film in. So
he did come around those woods like Michael Myers or something though, like the way he was looking kind of
If the film, I think we didn't mention it, the film was in subtitles. So if you have a problem with reading subtitles, this will probably be a film that you have to. I had a problem. I shouldn't say a problem, but I'm a slow reader, so and the titles were popping up pretty fast. Now you say you had no problems.
That's why you don't do the sexting stuff, because it's just too slow, too slow at reading.
Well,
like,
not this figure of speech, you know. I'm just saying the subtitles were going by, but they started off slow. But the only thing I was hoping for was they would slow the subtitles down, because this is what Hispanics, I think it was, and they do talk fast because that's just their native language of speaking. And the subtitles were popping up pretty fast because they was in a heated conversation, and of course the subtitles have to keep up what they're saying. And when the subtitles were flashing through the bottom of the screen pretty fast, I'm reading it, trying to keep up what's going on. But at the same token, I was able to grab some words and figure out what was going on. Don't let that deter you from watching the film, but it's still a great film. You don't even have to read anything. You can just look at the film and see what's going on and get a full understanding of what was going on. That's the good thing about this film.
Yeah, and I didn't really have any hard time reading it. I was able to read it pretty succinctly there. So I think it might just depend. Like I say, I mean,
of course.
I'm pretty used to reading subtitles. Sometimes I watch a lot of anime. Sometimes I haven't lately, but you know, if you watch Japanese animation.
Well, I didn't have a problem. I was just saying it was flashing up.
Yeah, no, I'm saying, like you said, you don't want to discourage people from watching it. I want to let them know that, you know, I didn't have a hard time reading them and following along. So if you're somebody that's used to reading subtitles, or you're just a fast reader or whatever, so I'm saying, like, make sure you do still check it out, because everybody's experience could be different, though. And as he said also, you know, just because you don't see every single word doesn't mean you're not going to understand the story. But I also like the fact that he did give that, you know, that money and things there.
Yeah, the money did go to the right
nice
place.
Gesture there, though. Doesn't replace a person's, you know, life and things, but which
I like the ending. The ending was really was done differently. I don't think I would have thought of that way, but the ending was
the
done
effect itself, or
the
just
effect itself. The effect
yeah,
itself.
it was a nice effect. I like that. Yeah,
and it was done in a very creative way without explaining a lot was going on.
I mentioned the money and things, and it made me think about off subject, but there's been some killings and things that's been taking place in the news and stuff, and people go to jail wrongly convicted, and then they give them some money, like here's a bone, you know, type of things. Can't really replace a life, you know. But like this one guy, he just was in jail for 35 years, wrongly convicted of rape. DNA, you know,
oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that's going around now.
So he got like $1.7 million, but it was in jail for 35 years. I mean, I just don't see how $1.5 million is going to replace 35 years of your life.
Don't forget, he's got to pay tax on that. But this film was basically the same way too. The guy had to end his problems. He took care of his problems the one way he knew how, and he solved this problem. Now, I don't know if he survived through the film. I don't know. They didn't explain that.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a good sequel.
Yeah,
it could be, and it may not be.
I don't know if he survived.
Yeah, we just don't know. He gave the impression that he may not, but also at the same time, they left it as he could have. But
if it was a sequel, what would happen though? Because he's not doing that anymore, possibly. So what would he be doing now? Like just like washing cars?
Trying to help somebody else change their life around. I don't know. But I do know this interview for this film is a lot longer than what the actual film is.
Yeah, we talked about it longer than actually. Yeah, I would say audio is pretty good. You know, considering that it was low budget for sure. Cinematography I liked. He had a couple scenes earlier where he's doing some different activities, sit-ups and push-ups and stuff. They had some nice red lighting in the backdrop there through the window. That was pretty cool. I liked the way when they first approached each other. It kind of gave that, you know, kind of that two-shot there when the hitman and the employer, when they first walked up, they had that kind of two-shot going on there before going into the back and forth. So I think that kind of gives, and I don't know if this was deliberate or not, but I'd imagine so, but it gives that kind of like a standoff between two people type of look when you have that two-shot that they had in that particular scene there.
I would like to know what kind of camera they used for this one, because the quality of like you said, cinematography was pretty good. So I would love to know what kind of camera they use. I like to know what kind of camera on most of these people who film their stuff on, what kind of cameras they use, just out of curiosity, because
it's always
nice quality stuff.
There's so many great cameras out here nowadays. I mean, it's amazing. But then too, I liked some of the words that were said during the little chess match and stuff. And I know, like you said, that chess match was really more so just a way to move the story along. He's there playing chess, and all of a sudden the guy walks up. But it's still great, you know, to utilize what can we do to make this still, you know, be a nice little story without spending any money in the budget. But some of the things that she said to him as she just whooped him easily in chess was pretty good, though. I think that kind of added to the story overall.
Well, of course, they had to make the story a little more dramatic on that level, but they did a pretty good job on it. And I thought that she didn't have much to say at the table, more so because I think that was her boss, per se. On a scale of 1 to 10, we haven't did this in a while.
No, we haven't.
Since it's only 8 minutes long, while you're sitting there thinking, I'm going to have me a drink. It's only ginger root beer.
Based on the budget, see, I'm always hard with this one because I'm always looking at it from like so many different aspects. Like, you know, if you're taking into consideration the lower budget, or if you're not taking into consideration the lower budget, that kind of skews my 1 to 10 scale. Like, I would lower what I would give it based on the fact that there wasn't any kind of like hitman, you know, shooting somebody so you really get to see him doing his job and stuff. I normally would lower that, but I feel like because the budget was so low, they avoided really bothering all that. They had to go try to find a gun. Oh, actually, they did have a gun though.
Yeah.
But not a sniper
they all
type
had a gun.
thing. Yeah, they did have guns. So maybe they might have still figured out some kind of way to pull that off. So I would lower my score a little bit just because they didn't show them do any kind of hitman stuff. You know, I think that could have added to the story a little bit.
4, 3.
So my total score, I still give more like an 8. I think I would go like 8.
8? Mm-hmm. I was going 1 to 5. Okay, you're going to 10.
Yeah, 1 to 10.
Oh wow! Oh wow! That's a first for you.
Yeah, I'll give it
wow.
8 out of 10.
You hard on a person's film.
Oh, that's not high enough there? 8?
No, I'm just saying that's pretty good. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
Oh.
I'm actually caught me by surprise. So we always do 1 to 5 because anything over 5, you felt that's too high. You know,
Yeah,
so you're going with an 8.
Yeah, so if we did 1 out of 5, maybe 3.5 or 4 or whatever. Though. But yeah, you know, usually 1 out of 10.
I will agree. I will agree. 8 would probably be a most comfortable number out of 10. It would be real good. Considering it's only 8 minutes long, I said that 100 times, but I will agree. 8 was going by all the other features. You know, the special effects, the talking, the sound, the quality, the acting. All that will play a part into the numbers, and I felt 8 would be a good number for them to stick with. I will agree with you on that.
I thought they did a great job with such little bit because I mean, you had maybe like 6 people. Well, you had 3 plus 2 that didn't say one word at all because you had the mom and the daughter, no lines, just a quick shot. Then the 3 people. So I mean, they really just had like bare bones as far as like location, characters, script. You know, it's short. It was like 8 minutes. So yeah, I mean, definitely.
Well, good. I'm glad that you felt that this film was worthy of 8 points.
Absolutely.
I do know for a fact, Stefan, you are very hard on the film. Unlike me.
Oh, no. We disagreed for that one film because you loved it so much and think that horror movie you thought was the best thing ever.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I heard it too.
That's
the only time I gave something that's a score, and it wasn't even a low score. It was just lower than what you said. That's
well, I heard it too. I heard it too was pretty good. I still think that's my favorite.
Your favorite movie of all time. There.
That was an excellent film, as a matter of fact.
You know,
Speaking of, I heard it too.
Good movie. Doctor
Strange
Strange is another good movie as well. There. You see that movie? You see that movie? It's not it's not an indie film, of course.
Yeah.
But,
what are you plugging Dr. Marvel Films now?
They gave us a check. You didn't know about that?
No, I did not hear about that.
Yeah,
no.
They sent us a little money. Marvel send us some cash our way there for sponsorship there. So
I'm not associated with him, so when the lawyers do call and looking for us,
I'm telling you, they send a check in.
His name is Stefan J. Davis.
You didn't have that meeting with Stan Lee?
No, I am not affiliated with this particular organization.
I'll let the guys fill you in afterwards.
No, I do not know them.
Stuff,
I have nothing to do with this. Did somebody get my attorney on the phone?
Anyway, we're still talking about the same 8-minute movie for 20 minutes.
It was only 8 minutes long. It's getting a half-hour plug. Let's move on to something else here. All right, you gave it an 8. I gave it an 8. The film was great. Folks, go check it out. If you want to see us again on indie film screenings, just check it out on Facebook. If you want to see Stefan, you can go visit him in any prison local in the area. That's where he would be. When Marvel's get a contact with him.
Or at the bank, cashing that check there.
When Marvel's get a hold of this, they're going to say, get this guy. But other than that, we'll be around. We hope you'll be around to watch us. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys again soon. Welcome back to another episode of Indie Film Screen. I'm not doing this on purpose. Indie Film Screenings. Oh, I should get it all screwed up now. Marvel Films. Check. Don't you wish?
Yeah, speaking into existence.